Good afternoon, YouTube. Good afternoon, Twitter. How is everybody doing out there? Jackson, what are you doing? What's going on, Jackson? Jackson, come here. Come here. Let me see you. Let me see you. Jackson, what are you doing? What on God's green earth are you doing? All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Jackson, I don't know what you want. Hang on a second. Jackson, you got food in there. You're set. You got food, you got water, you got everything you need, buddy. All right, guys, let's see what this market did today. It looks like it sold off right at the end of the day. Kind of hate to see that. New max right there. Share that screen. Let's check this out. I just was hoping it could hold, close kind of closer to the highs. Now, the good news is it left behind a bullish open gap, and the gap is still there. So, they didn't close the gap. If they would have closed the gap and closed on the other side of the gap, that would have definitely been a short-term win for bears. It would have been a better win for bulls if they would have closed on the highs, though. Taken out this high and closed on the highs. So, as it was, we'll call it a tie between the bears and the bulls today. We'll call it a tie. Similar situation with the Qs. Open strong, sold off at the end of the day. I don't know if there was a tweet or something that made the market sell off. But be that as it may, let's see if Bitcoin's still on fire. Bitcoin kind of sold off at the end of the day also. So I'm thinking it probably was tweet related or something Bitcoin related. But it looks like it bounced a little bit into the close. Are we really at 95,000? Wow. I didn't realize we were back that close to 100. Let's actually look at something here. Bitcoin. Well, I thought I had another chart, the trend line on it, but let's just take a look at something really quick. We'll keep an eye on Bitcoin. It's going the right direction. I'd like to see it take back 100. I'd also like to see it take back the trend line. But I had it. Hang on here. Let's go Bitcoin on CME. I had a chart drawn with the trend line on it already, but I can't remember which. There's so many different Bitcoin charts. I can't remember which one it was. Oh well. Maybe it's HODL. Definitely not that one. All right. So we'll look at some other stuff now. Let's check out the old diversified divas and see how they're doing. All right. Well, here is a chart of blocks. Trying to get it zoomed in a little better perspective. And this is with dividends factored in. So this means, if you bought it the day it opened, it was trading around 15. Now it's trading around 19. That includes your dividends. You're up $4 a share on, including dividends. You have a profit of about the difference between 1984 and whatever you bought it at. It's because of all these down here adding up. Even if we take off the dividends, obviously doesn't look nearly as attractive. But even with the dividends off, you're still above it's still above where it was issued at. That's more than a lot of these high yield ETFs can say. Anyway, great job, blocks. ULTI from Rex was down 3% today. Still, though, if you look at it in the graphically, and it's doing much better, and we'll definitely. I mean, down 3% sucks. How much was blocks down? 1.6. Yeah, not down as much as blocks. All right, so now let's look at ULTY from YieldMax. And that's dividends not included. Dividends included. Doesn't look a whole lot better, but I mean, you can see it's off the lows from when was that low? November 21st. Hey Marcus, how you doing, bud? All right, so that's so ULTY. I'm just interested in these charts with the dividends. You know how I always go, and I go to here and I pull up, I'll go ULTY versus whatever. I mean, SPY, and then go look at this. Here's another way. I mean, with the charts, I just like the graphical shortcut. So if you look at ULTY, it's about where it started, right? I mean, it looks like it's almost exactly where it started. And on actual money, it's actually up 7%. If the chart's working right, you should be able to see that in the chart when it has dividends. Yeah, because if you bought it the first day, can't see where that price is. You bought it right here, and it's up about 7%. You can visually see how, that your investment's up 7%. The NAV's certainly not up. All right, and then the last one is K yield. Let's check out K yield, and we'll go to the Diva spreadsheet and see what's up. Great job, K yield. See the same thing on K yield. We're what? We're within 3% of getting our head back above water since inception, and you can see that on this chart. You can see that inception was, we paid about $23.80. Right now, the investment's worth about $22.70. The investment, not the ETF. The investment's down $1.10 on 25 bucks or whatever. What does that equal? It equals whatever it's supposed to equal. It equals whatever this says right here. K yield. K yield is down 3.95% or whatever. Yeah, that equals 3.95%. But you can just see it graphically. So that's why I always have dividends turned on, because you can see how the investment's doing. See about the trend of your investment. But anyway, all right. You see dividends turned off. K yield, you're in at 25, and now it's trading at 22. You're down $3, but that doesn't factor in these dividends. So, all right. Every time blocks is under $20, it's buyable according to Marcus. Marcus, blocks is something else. It needs. I would just add one caveat. Every time. I would just say it this way: every time there's a pullback in blocks, it's buyable, as long as Bitcoin's in a bull market, like it has been the past year or whatever. Like it has been until the past month. It's just kind of hit a bear market. But yeah, the Bitcoin being in a bull market is the other thing. Can you imagine how blocks would do during Bitcoin winter, or how any of these would do? It needs some help from the assets, but I agree. Blocks is a good one. Let's check out some of the other understudies. We never check out understudies on charts. Let's check out WPay. Now this is dividends turned off, so let's turn dividends on. Yeah, so like if you bought WPay the day it came out, you're about even. I just like visual stuff like that. So, you can see that for the first, by November 1st, you're up about $7 on a $40 investment. Not bad, about 20%, something like that. And then you came back and you're back to your break-even line. So anyway, all right. So WPay. Let's check out old QLDY. This is dividends turned on. So if you would have bought this the day it came out, you'd be ahead. I was going to say, why doesn't the spreadsheet show that? Well, the spreadsheet's just measuring the return since October 31st. QLDY came out this summer. Anyway, you guys probably know that. I was just trying to. But if you bought QLDY when it came out, you'd be able. Well, in fact, I did. I bought it within anyway, and I am ahead. But yeah, and you could tell the amount you'd be ahead about 44 to 47. You'd be ahead about $3 on 40. Be ahead about 7%. So it's a handy little tool to always make sure dividends are checked, so you can actually see how the investment's doing. So QLDY, what other understudy do we like to talk about? I just don't like Chippy for some reason. I never talk about Chippy. I don't know what I have against semiconductor stocks. Let's look at GPTY. I just think GPTY makes a better understudy, but GPTY has a lot of the same stocks that Chippy has in it. But look at this monster. Look at this. I mean, this is probably my best trade of the year. Maybe GDXY was. On Liberation Day, I bought GPTY and GDXY, and I sold them on October 29th or something, right? Somewhere up here. Man, that was a good trade. Sometimes I wish I would have kept it, but this is what else this kind of chart's good to look at. Now you can see right here, as long as you have dividends checked, you can visually see, no, I wouldn't have been better to keep it, at least not so far, because even with all these other dividends right here, the investment, your investment's lost a little bit of ground. Anyway, I'll look at Chippy. I know you guys like Chippy. Gosh dang it. I just don't like Chippy because I don't have any, so I have my feelings hurt. So that's how that one goes. Marcus is saying TXYX looks like 9 to 10 cents a week, which adds up. Heck yeah. What the heck's TSYX? Where'd TSYX? Oh, it's the new. Is it the TDAC and T-SPY? Yeah, the lifted ones. Okay, I was right. I knew what it was in the final analysis. Yeah. So 9 to 10 cents is what you're thinking. Okay, that's good information. So what's 9 cents times 52? Let's do 10 cents times 52 because it's easier. It'd be $5.20. It'd be $4.50 the other way, but whatever. $5.50, $4, whatever on something that costs $25. I believe that's 1/5, and I believe 1/5 is 20%. So yeah, that could add up. 20% can add up, and Marcus confirmed that I was correct. All right, so let's look over here at the Divas now. Okay, so the AUM. We talked about AUM this morning. I mean, I wonder how long Alti holds $1 billion. I mean, at some point, I think they'll probably go under $1 billion. There's just too much competition lately. Although they seem to have kind of stabilized here in the low 1 billions, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that one go under 2 billion. The more people that watch, this station have known about blocks and QLDY and K yield and Alti, and I talk about Alt-Y a lot also. But so a lot of the people that are more into these have dropped Alti a long time ago for blocks or K yield or whatever, or they're cutting, or people like me are gradually cutting back on ULTY because as better ones are coming out, better alternatives, better variations on the strategy. Well, anyway, right now it's still holding 1.2 billion. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised to see that under. I couldn't believe how fast it got to 3 billion. I've never seen anything like that. That was crazy. I mean, these high yield funds are incredible. People don't realize how incredible these high yield funds are. I mean, I really don't think I've ever in my entire life seen a financial product. I'm trying to think. Maybe leveraged funds were this popular, but I mean, these have been really successful maybe not for all the people trading them, but on a as far as from the issuer standpoint, they've been bringing a lot of assets under management. Now they definitely aren't for everybody. All right. Well, anyway, so let's look over here. This is the total amount that all the funds are down. Like I say, Chippy is up, but since I don't have any, I don't talk about it. SPY's up too. Look, the Qs are actually, this is something interesting. Qs have been weaker than the SPY this fourth quarter of the last year. And, well, and also with Bitcoin pulling back and stuff too. Tech and Qs have been a little bit weaker than the old economy, and you can see it here. The SPY, I mean, the Qs aren't even above water right here. The Qs are still underwater. Was that 116? So you have QLDY down here down 2.5%. That's really not too bad because the Qs are down 1.5%, or well, 1.25, whatever. Anyway, well, WPay and LFGY seem to me to have about the same risk, same reward. And it looks like these four trade together. I mean, the past 3 months we've been watching ULTY, Blocks, WPay, LFGY, I would say have similar risk and reward characteristics. ULTI seems to be like a step above on the risk, and K yield seems like the next notch down below. But I would say most of the divas are kind of in this middle category. Anyway, all right, so this on daily returns, we can see here that all of the divas were down, but look at that. Heck yes, QLDY, look at that, up 0.78%, where the underlying is up 0.36. That's something that most funds will never do. Most covered call funds will never outperform their parent. Now, this isn't a covered call fund either, but most income option strategies will never outperform the parent on the upside. Well, not this one, man. This one is, I mean, QLDY's, I'm sorry. I messed that up. That was Chippy that was up so much. My bad. Okay, well, still, the Qs are up 0.36. I'm sorry, my bad on that. Actually, QLDY was down. Well, that's kind of rare. I think that's an error. I'm sorry about the mistake, but I think that I missed a dividend or something. There's no way QLDY is down. Yeah, QLDY was actually up on the day, a quarter point. My spreadsheet, unfortunately, has an error. We caught it, though. Not the end of the world. QLDY. Well, there it is. There's that number right there. I was thinking maybe I forgot to put today's. QLDY declares on. They declare dividends on Wednesday and Friday, but they got off the week during Christmas. I think that I'm missing a dividend in there. So I think there's something. QLDY is not really down that much. Let's just look at it this way. Let's look at QLDY versus the Qs. I mean, the Qs are 4.4, QLDY is 3.9. I mean, this goes back further than the diversified divas. This goes back to mid-September. That's why the number is a little bit different. But man, QLDY is tough. Really interesting idea. All right. GPTY was up a little bit. SPY and the Qs were up. Okay, so which one did the worst? Let's look at Blocks and see what's holding Blocks back. Come on, Blocks. What did you get? Blocks missed it on Robinhood is down 7%. Bitmine Immersion down 5%. Circle down 9%. Strategy down 4%. Now, they did have CoreWeave, which was up, and they did have Galaxy Digital, which was up 13%. And then the best performing one of the day was Alti. Heck yes, Alti. The best performing one of the divas. Heck yes, Alti. I like to see that. Let's see why they did so well. What were their big winners? Their big winners were Lumentum, however you say that word, Lam Research, Corning, Coherent, Applied Materials, ADI. These guys had a really good day. The they didn't really have, they had a couple of losers. They had Reddit and Robinhood. Guess all these had Robinhood. Or the other blocks had Robinhood also. I wonder if K-Yield has Robinhood. I don't think K-Yield has Robinhood. Let's look at who K-Yield's. Let's look at K-Yield. They have kind of different set of stocks, but they have this Galaxy that was up 13%. That's pretty dang good. Of course, they also got Reddit, which was down 8%. But in any event, all right. Hey, Mark, how you doing, bud? Thanks for being here. God, I hate multi-touch on this freaking mouse. All right, let's look at stock tools. Okay, so I just clicked it once. I told Rob that's the way you should do it. You should make it where you click it once and it selects all of them. I don't know if he was listening, but they're all selected though. Maybe he heard the afternoon show. Anyway, that makes it a lot easier. All right, so what we are looking at here is basically the buffer report, but we're looking at we don't ever even look at my buffer report. Maybe we should anyway, but we're looking at how the parent asset's doing compared to the underlying asset. This is for the month. We looked at the month earlier, but can you guys physically believe that Moderna or Murny's up 20%? This is the one I can't believe. BITX on the month is up 15.83%. Man, and Matthew Tuttle knows about upside. He knows of, and so does David Nicholas over at Blocks. Notice most of the funds that I talk about usually are because they have uncapped upside, with the exception of ULTY. I really like the caller strategy, but in any event, all right. So let's just look at this on a daily instead of a monthly basis. Dorky's looking good still, Marcus. Heck yeah, little Dorky. All right. On the day, we have Fiat number 1. That's not good. That is not good. We had Dre number 2. Dre is based on DraftKings from YieldMax. What are you talking about, Marcus? DRKY is Draft. Which one's YieldMax and which one's Roundhill? Is I should know, but I would think DRKY would be. Vista shares. Okay. Interesting. All right, so let's go back off this. Let me uncheck this. Okay. Number 3 on the day, SMYY. Where did SMYY come from? What's that? Granite shares, I guess. NVDW, number 4 on the day, based on NVIDIA, outperforming the parent. WPay is another fund I have that has unlimited upside, theoretically unlimited upside. I just like that unlimited upside. I have basically all the unlimited upside funds plus Alti. So thinking about selling some more Alti though. I'm thinking about selling another third of it. I've sold a third of it, then I sold another third. I'm thinking about selling another third. Anyway, I got to make the decision by tomorrow. Tomorrow's rebalance day, so I'll figure that out on my own time. Anyway, I just need to free up some room for some of these unlimited upside funds like MAGO, MAGO. I'm going to get me some of that tomorrow too. NV2 based on NVIDIA. This is from Rex. These guys do a great job. Don't usually outperform the parent, but they did in this case. Anyway. AMZP, TSMY, AMDW, YETH, SOXY were all runners up, looking good. There's all XPay. You know, look at all what's XPay doing up 1.3 when the index is only up a quarter point? Good job, XPay. That's a heck of a day. That's a heck of a day, XPay. Gotta like that. All right, so let's do this. Let's go. StreamYard stock tools right now. Coyote mating season. Let me think where this one window. I had a window open. I wanted to show you guys. I guess it's. Yeah, I saw Coyote out my. I woke up the other morning. Coyote walked right by the hill behind my house. Anyway, it's Coyote mating season. I just hate the multiple accounts. They just need to think of a better way to handle this. Shoot, I think my neighbor's here. Jackson, hang on. Let me go. Hang on a second. Jackson. All right, sorry about that. I'm glad I went and answered the door. She brought me dinner. She brought me some new dish she tried. She loves to cook, and she always brings me stuff over here. Some kind of Mexican casserole thing or something. I don't know. Anyway, looks good, or some kind of Mexican something. Anyway, looks good. We'll set that back there. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Gosh damn it. All right. All right. I wanted to check out the index buffer report. Oh, shoot. I got to type it up here. Index. There it is. The old index bufferage. Look at feed and 5e today. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. You guys aren't seeing this. My bad. My bad. At least I remembered, though. At least I remembered. Hang on. Come on. Now something's jacked up. Well, it says it's sharing this window, so maybe that's fine. I think my computer's frozen or something. Huh. It looks like I have internet. I don't know why it won't let me. It looks like you guys can probably see the screen. Now I'm wondering why it won't let me. Gosh damn it. I'll be back in a second. I had to say, okay, I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Let's just do that. Let's do that. Well, anyway, gosh damn it. All I was trying to show is a stupid freaking index buffer report. I shouldn't have even started with it. All right, come on. All right, we're going to look at feet and 5e here. So it looks like you guys, I don't even know if you can see that. I don't think you can. Yeah, it looks like you. Yeah, no. You got to be freaking kidding me. All right, all I was trying to show is feet and 5e are getting murdered. Down 3% and 2.8. I wonder, they only have 5 stocks, so I, probably 1 or 2 of their stocks they had were one of the ones that were down big. We have T-Spy killing it. Good job, T-Spy. We need to put the new lifted ones on here, and I'll do that. I'll add the lifted ones. We should add them right next to T-Spy, right? So we can look at them all there. Or we should add so what's the lifted for? What's the lifted called for the SPY? TSYX or something? Was that it? TS? I guess I could look in the comments. I think that was it though. Yeah, TSYX. Okay, so that's TSYX. We'll slap this in, and anyway, because I'll forget to do it if I don't do it now. At least by tomorrow, we'll be able to use it. All right, and then TDAC is the other one, and so we'll go put TDAC. Well, QLDY, LFGY, blocks, K yield, WPay, Y max. We'll put it next to triple QI. That's though, because those are good blue chippy ones. Insert below. So we're going to put TDAC. And then we'll add the other one. And it was called, the TDAC was, I forgot what the other one was called now. Anyway, somebody put the symbol for the one that's TDAC in the comments. Anyway, but at least tomorrow we'll be able to look at these. And then whenever I get the new ticker, I will add that right there. Okay. Back the index buffer. Rough day for, ULTI. We already looked at that. And blocks. K yield, all the divas right here, over here in the diva section, all the divas are down. It's because of Bitcoin, though. All right. They're largely because of Bitcoin. It's always Bitcoin's fault. Boy, USOY got killed today, down 2.5%. Oh, I'm sorry, Jackson. I just kicked Jackson. I didn't mean to do that, buddy. I didn't mean to do that. Did anyone have the ticker for the, here, let's just Google it. TDAC lifted ETF. Hopefully that'll get TDAX. Okay, I should have been able to figure that out. Could have been T-Day also. TDAY. That would have been T-Day. People would have got that confused with the OMAX, though. TDAC. All right. Well, tomorrow we will be able to look at them. Oh, look at this. TDAC's so new it's not in Google yet, or it says NA. Now TDAY or TDAX is in Google, but TDAC isn't for some reason. I'll figure that, or in the quotes. I'll figure that out later. All right. All right. I don't know what I got checked. Oh yeah, that's nothing. Okay. I hate how the bar at the bottom won't go away. Why is that there? I want it to disappear now. Anyway, all right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and all 9 of you guys, and I will talk to you guys tonight. We'll probably have a daily factor show on tonight about 8 or 9. I haven't decided the topic yet, but be there around 8 or 9 if you guys want to shoot the breeze. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.